Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to episode 12 of Sue and Spanky. Wow! That's honestly, it gets crazier every time I say the word, like the number, because I just can't believe we've been doing this long. It seems like it's the first time every time.
Dose.
Yeah. I hope y'all are having a good week. It is Wednesday, hump day. So you're halfway done. I know here it's Snowmageddon, so I hope that wherever you're at is warmer because it's so cold here. My toes are frozen. When it's cold, all I want to do is take a shower. Like, I've taken like 3 showers today just to get warm.
Sorry, I'm about to sneeze again.
Is it these flowers? He has really bad allergies. His mom stockpiles us with Zyrtec. So much that it's annoying at this point, which we love Tammy, but that we have like, at one point we had like 30 containers of Zyrtec.
She does get good coupons.
So I get it. But we're running out of places to put the Zyrtec. But I've never had to buy a bottle of Zyrtec for him, so I can't really complain.
Never. I'll sneeze again.
No.
You got a pedicure earlier. That's probably why your feet are cold. They've been out.
Yeah. Oh my God. There was a pedicure place open. Speaking of, we're doing some talk about prepping for Live Fest to start out. So this is just perfect for that. Live Fest is Saturday.
With the segue.
Yeah. Live Fest is Saturday. I'm traveling to California with my mom and we're going to go. She can't go. It's a invite, or it's no plus ones to the invite. It's only one invite.
Well, she can't go to the event, but she's still going on the trip.
She's still going on the trip. I'm not going by myself. And then I might be going to an after party, which I had to apply to go. So I don't know if I'm gonna get in. But if I do, you best believe I'm bringing my mom. Brenda's gonna party with me. And so anyway, the pedicure. So I got my nails done. They're so cute. Teuta in Mount Juliet is so talented. She said, these are probably my favorite nails I've ever done. I can't believe they're my hands. Like, they're so cute.
I think they're gorgeous.
I keep like,
it's like a work of art.
You can't tell me nothing with these fingernails. I own everything in these fingernails. Like, you can't tell me no. I don't have any time for you with these fingernails. But anyway, my toenails they were so jagged, and one was split down the middle, and I had a terrible ingrown toenail.
Oof, he pulled it out, and it was so splintered, and
it was
painful.
Giant. It was the thickest ingrown I've ever seen, and it hurt. And he looked at me when he was pulling it out, and he was like, and I was like,
yeah, that's me. That's my body.
Keep going. And he did, and he got it out. So, but we were leaving my nail salon, and I was like, it was like a strip mall where we were, and I was like, let's just see if this other nail place is open, because my lady only does fingers right now. So we looked, and they were open. I was like, there's no way. They would just accidentally left the open sign on. So we went in there, the door opened. I was like, can I get a pedicure? And he said, oh, yes. And I was like, oh, it was so amazing.
Best massage chair I've ever encountered.
It was so weird, though. Like, I got the, like, mid-level one just because I'm doing something fancy. And I was like, I want it to be really, really good.
Of course.
And my feet were in terrible shape. I scratched you with my toenails the other day. I stubbed my toe on his foot.
Broke skin.
And it scratched him. They were too long, and it had been so long since I had a pedicure. And he put this like stuff in it, and it turned into a slushy type consistency.
In the foot water?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there was lemons.
It looked like a Sonic drink, and he had slices of lemon.
Yeah, there was lemons, and I kept looking at the lemons. I'm like, why would he put his lemons right there? My foot sauce is going to get on them. And I was like, oh, wait, that's probably for my pedicure.
Also, why would he be eating lemon slices?
I don't know. I thought maybe they were for drinks. Like, everything was so fancy at this place.
They did give us drinks.
He brought it out on a platter, and I was like, wow.
The towel, you say, was very hot. The hot towel.
Yes, I'm such a people pleaser when I go to the nail salons. If something is off, I'm too scared to say. Like, if the water's cold, I'm like too scared to say, can you please warm my water?
Right. And you've been butchered at a nail shop, too.
Yes.
Because of your complacency.
Yes, they always go for my ingrown toenails. I have terrible ingrown toenails all the time. It's just, I don't know why. I just get them. If you have any tips, please let me know in the comments. But one time this woman took like a literal chunk out of my toe, and it hurt for weeks. She literally took my flesh out.
You were hobbling.
It hurt so bad. But this one today is tender, but I can tell that he knew what he was doing because he got the
Yeah.
ingrown out, and he like laid it up on my foot
He
just
did.
to show it off. And I really wanted to pick it up.
Like he pulled a bullet out of you.
I really wanted to pick it up, but I was like, this is too weird. But I really wanted to keep it and show you guys, but I just let it go. But it sat on my foot for probably 15 minutes, just us admiring it like, holy shit.
It was insane. It looked horribly painful.
Yeah. So that was interesting. But my fingernails love. We tried on some dresses and we posted the video to TikTok. It is hysterical. Amazon disappointed majorly. I did find one dress on Amazon.
1 out of 3.
But it wasn't necessarily like a formal dress. It was just more of a nice dress. But
Like a cocktail dress.
it's like a cocktail dress, but I think it can pass for a red carpet dress. And it looks really good on. So I have a dress. It's just not necessarily what I envisioned myself wearing. I think it's kind of boring, but I'm not about to spend hundreds of dollars on a dress or rent a dress for hundreds of dollars. Like, I just can't fathom that. So I think it's a good dress for where I got it, for one. But the ones we tried on, dude, they were so ugly on.
They just weren't very flattering. The fabric it didn't look very comfortable. It was just all
the-
around not ideal.
It was like a satiny material, but it just looked really cheap because it's not a nice quality fabric. It was like an imitation silk.
Exactly.
So you could tell, but I think it'll come together because I'm going to get my hair and makeup done in LA. Chelsea Lynn gave me a suggestion, and I'm using someone that she's used, so I know they're going to do a really good job.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited about the trip altogether. So I have to make a speech at a luncheon.
Speech.
So I really need to sit down and think about what I'm going to say and say it well, because sometimes I get really frustrated with TikTok and I say stuff that gets me in trouble, and I sure won't do that at one of their events. Like, but there's just like certain.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
Are
go
you
ahead.
doing the speech in your Sue Dillon voice?
No.
Oh.
They just want me to talk about like how I like started as a live streamer, because that's what it's for, is TikTok Live. This whole thing is for TikTok Live specifically, which I'm a pretty known character on live and on just like video creation. So, and I feel like that's kind of rare.
Yeah.
I do. But I'm going to talk about my live journey and like talk about how it started, talk about how my live agency has helped me. TikTok Live offers free agency help, and it is life-changing if you can get with the right agency. So if you're a streamer on TikTok and you're having trouble with like bans or just people being mean in your chat, or like not really understanding the app completely, or wanting to increase your profit, reach out to me. My email is on my link tree,
Right.
on all of my socials. So reach out to me and I can try to hook you up with my agency, because I'm trying to build a big team on my agency of people that are like dedicated and really fun and entertaining and good, because my agency is one of the good ones. Like, you want to be on mine. Some of them are kind of bad and they don't like respond to anybody, and it's just like, what's the point? But mine, I'm friends with my agent. We text almost every day. She's so available to me and she likes me, like, and I like her. Like, I call her a friend. So anyway, I'm going on a tangent, but I'm going to talk about that, and I'm also going to talk about how I made $1 million diamonds during the week. $1 million diamonds. Diamonds is the currency on TikTok. It's not $1 million. No, not even close.
It's not 1,000,000 pennies.
Well, what is 1 million pennies?
$1,000?
Oh, it's definitely a few million pennies.
Oh.
But
Never mind.
I made that on Live Fest. And that's insane, because I usually don't make that many diamonds. I don't like asking for gifts on TikTok. That's one of my things, because I get paid for prank calls. So I feel weird to ask people to gift me, although some people just do, and I appreciate it. So anyway, I'm going to talk about how I've navigated that. So I got to make a speech about that, and they want me to talk about how my agency has helped me. And that's where I really need to formulate the speech, because my agency has helped me with bans. Like, I used to get banned all the time for no reason. I have a few haters that have a lot of followers, and they've gotten me banned a couple of times by sending their little minion army out to report my live, and then TikTok will just take it down. Trolls,
if you will.
Yeah. So that's how it's helped me, and I just don't want to. But I think TikTok, they need to do a better job at the moderating system, because
Yes.
of how many times I get banned. But my agency helps me bail me out. But at one point last year, I lost my account. I was hacked.
For a while.
Kind of hacked. Some people were like, it wasn't hacked, you gave it away. But it was hacked. I was scammed.
There are predatory agents on TikTok who are actively taking people's accounts for ransom.
Yes. And it's because TikTok does not do its job with moderating live streams and videos properly. They take people's word for it when they rally against people. Rally? When they rally against people, they take their word for it and they don't investigate it, and that's the issue.
They say, "Oh, there's enough people saying this is happening; it must be happening."
And it's just people that don't like you.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. There's no like actual violation of the community guidelines, and so that was happening to me last year during this month actually. And on my Facebook, I have a lot of like I don't really use Facebook anymore like I used to. I still post there, but like I don't get on there and interact as much as I should. I'm not really focusing on it right now. But on my Facebook for Sue, somebody was like, "Oh, I can help you with your account problems," because I had gotten banned again and my live stream was stopped until like I got banned for 14 days or something. And I was like, well, I can't go live. That's where I go live to fulfill orders. And this person was like, "Oh, I can help you." And I so stupidly gave them all of my information to log in. They were like, "We need this to get in and like fix the virus in your account," which sounds so sketchy at this point. But I lost my account. I paid them $300 to have it back. They said no. They like scammed me out of that money. They drained all of my money from gifting, which I had like $600 in there. So that sucked so bad. I lost my account for 4 months. I didn't think I would ever get it back. It took me 4 months to properly communicate with TikTok to get it back. It was a easily fixed issue once they got a hold of me. But it's like they would send me one response, and then it would give them the information asked, and it would be another month. And then they would send me another response, and then I'd give them the information asked, and it would be another month. And it was so painful. And I didn't think I would ever be what I was again because I made a second account, and my account was just not popping off.
Right. Or people thought it was a scam account.
Yeah. So.
But it worked out. Here we are.
Yeah. But that's why I think it's really important to have an agency because they have helped me with that issue. And that's what negative stuff I have to say about TikTok is just their moderation process and like also getting in touch with them to get your account back when it was taken from you. And mind you, I never would have reached out to this person if TikTok was helping me appropriately anyway.
What's some negative stuff you have to say about Frankie?
Nothing at all. He's a babe.
For those of you who can't see, both of the dachshunds are sitting with me.
Another thing I need to do to get ready for Live Fest is I need to watch some red carpet
Good
photos,
idea.
like photo videos like of celebrities like posing for the red carpet because I am not good at posing. Like I can be photogenic with direction, but if it's just me willy-nilly, I get really insecure and it shows. And I like curve in hunchback
What's
of
wrong
Notre
with being
Dame.
willy-nilly? Just go out there and be willy-nilly, loosey-goosey.
That would be good, but like me going willy-nilly, loosey-goosey leads to insecure Sarah.
It leads to this.
Hollowed in, don't look at me in the eye. Sorry, my rotary phone is ringing. Ignore that.
Always ringing. That rotary phone.
We need to unplug that thing.
Me too.
So that's what I need to do to get ready for Live Fest. That's not too bad.
Nah, that's doable, right?
Still don't know where they're having us stay, which is weird.
That is a little strange, isn't it? My nose only just now stopped running.
Dang, is it the
Uh-huh.
flowers? We never went over the drink.
We didn't. We had some stuff to cover, dang it.
Yes, and I'm sorry that I talked your ear off, guys, with that. You probably don't even give a shit about that, but
They might.
maybe you do. I don't know. Liquid Death.
I've heard a lot about this. It's water, isn't it?
It's tea. The Grim Leafer. Iced tea, agave,
Okay,
and vitamins. I thought that this was like a very caffeinated energy drink, but it's not. It's this psychotic can of iced tea. Well, I don't know why I said this. Okay. Anyway, this psychotic can of iced tea will use agave and B vitamins to savagely murder your thirst and turn its insides into balloon animals to book gigs at children's birthday parties. That's a little creepy. They donate a portion of their profits from every can sold to help kill plastic pollution. That's cool. But it doesn't have caffeine in it, right? Like, I don't see anywhere that it talks about caffeine. So,
I mean, if it's got tea in it, it has caffeine.
right, but
Unless it's specifically caffeine free.
micro dose of natural caffeine, 30 milligrams per can.
Well, that's pretty low.
Okay. That's where it finally said that. So that's what I was thinking this was initially. Like, I don't know about the name of this, like, as far, and like the skull. Like, I love this aesthetic, don't get me wrong. I have a skull tattoo, but I don't know. This doesn't, like, the marketing isn't, like, really showing what it is. It's making me think it's an energy drink, and I feel like
When they first came out, I would always see people drinking them while going down the road, and I never thought it was an energy drink. I always assumed it was a beer.
really,
And I was
because
like,
it's
"What are
like
people-"
gold.
And then, actually, the first time I saw them, someone donated them to our office, and people were running around drinking them because, again, we had a case donated. And I was like, are they running around drinking? Because it looks just like a beer. And I
It
was
looks
like,
like
what the heck?
something that's not good for you.
Right, but no, it's pretty. I mean,
It
I'll go ahead and
seems
pour it.
like it's good for you.
I want to read the can too. Your glass, please. Y'all hear that? Is that enough?
Yeah. I'm like scared that it's going to keep me up all night just by the name of it, but it doesn't have that much caffeine in it. But will the vitamins keep me up? Surely not.
Surely not.
Because I know energy drinks have vitamins in them, right?
Well, I don't know what they like taurine and creatine. Yeah, those will keep you up, I guess. So we'll just,
Does
we'll
it
just
have that in
sample
it?
it. I don't think so. I feel like it usually says water, agave nectar, black tea, citric acid, natural flavor, something else. No, it doesn't have any of that stuff.
Okay.
Probably the thing that'll keep you up is the black tea.
I've already had a Dr. Pepper.
I cannot quit sniffling.
Oh no, I think it's these flowers because like they're out in your face.
What are they? Daisies?
No, I forgot what they're. They're not daisies. No, but I don't know what they are.
Cheers.
Cheers. I would, if you like lemon in your tea, you would like it, but I don't like lemon in my tea. I don't like lemon that much.
I mean, it's an unsweet tea. That's why they called it iced tea. Well, it has 6 grams of sugar. Okay, so it's not unsweet, but it's okay. I mean, it just tastes like a tea.
But it tastes like the ones with lemon in it.
Yeah,
But I guess it
is
did
very
say
lemony.
it had citrus in it. So it's a no for me, but
I would be open to trying their other products because I have heard other good things about their products.
yeah, it's not like I'm dissing them. It's just I don't like tea with lemon.
And I like their packaging. I like their branding. I like their whole little edgy thing that they got.
I like
going
it, but
on.
it's confusing.
Will you
Not
look,
people aren't going to read the can.
just to salvage my ego, will you look up a million pennies? Because I said 1,000. I think it's $10,000.
I feel like I should know that.
I feel like it's $10,000, but I'm not sure, and it's really bugging the crap out of me because you can just move the decimal, right?
Yeah. 100 pennies equal $1.
Yes. Okay.
So $1,
million.
you need $1 million to beat $1 million. So you would need 1,000,000 pennies would be.
Just Google it.
I
Don't
don't
embarrass, don't embarrass us like this. Just Google it.
There's our riddle.
1 million pennies. There's our riddle. We were going to try to come up with a riddle, but I guess this is it.
$10,000. Okay.
Okay.
Then I got like 500,000 pennies is a million diamonds.
That's a lot of pennies. Did they pay you in pennies?
No.
That would have been cool.
Oh.
When I was in college, someone got a parking ticket from the university and they paid it in pennies. It was like $80.
Savage.
They had just tons of pennies, man.
So this next thing I want to talk about is the voice changer allegations. I'm blowing up on Instagram right now, and they're coming in hot. The voice changer allegations, which I don't think that they mean them offensively, but
I would like to point out real quick before we get too deep into this. This is the second week in a row that we have spent a significant portion of the show discussing allegations that came from people on Instagram. So people on Instagram, settle down.
Settle down.
We're not abusing animals. We're not using voice change. There's no, just chill. Just
yes,
chill
there's no
out,
controversy
Instagram.
here.
Maniacs. Go ahead. Sorry.
But I get so defensive because I'm like, no, I'm murdering my throat right now, like, to do this, and it takes skill. It's not a voice changer.
Yes.
Give me more credit than that. And then there's people that think that they know it all in the comment being like, yes, it's not her real voice. It's a voice changer. It is my real voice. Is it my daily talking voice? No. But it is my real voice. It's called voice acting. So, blah.
You're like one of those people who worked at NASA for their entire lives, just slaving away to put a man on the moon, and then people turned around and were like, "Oh, it's all fake anyway. It did in a basement."
Yeah.
You're like, I've laid myself
It's like
bare for this
saying
project.
it's like saying the Holocaust wasn't real.
Okay, it's not quite like that.
I know
Let's
that was
just
too far.
a little far.
That was too far. But you get the vibe. It's not fake. It's real. It's real. Anyway, that's what I have to say about that.
Anyway,
And then there's another allegation going on Donnie's post that we've reviewed on here before, the one of Taylor's dad,
what
the
are they
very
saying
first
about
one.
that one?
They're saying it's staged. I reposted it
Oh
on
my
TikTok and they're like,
God.
so staged. He said something like, "What you trying to scam me for, lady?" I'm like, that's how he talks.
No, that's exactly how he talks.
Like, this is not staged. The fact that you think that he could pull it together to do a staged call is high praise to him and me.
Yeah. If we asked him to stage it, he would not have done
It wouldn't
that
be
well.
good.
No, we would not have gotten our money's worth.
No. So it is not staged.
We've never done a staged call or bid or anything.
No, none of my
Like, I
prank
can
calls that I
think of,
post are
no.
staged. There is one with Clay Baby that was staged a few weeks ago on Sue's shit show, The Advice Line.
I don't even know if I would call that staged because it wasn't free. It was a free form thing. He was just hamming it up.
Yeah, we were just improving
It's not
together.
like he had a script. Yeah.
Exactly. But like, that's the only one. I mean, those aren't even prank calls. Those are just advice calls anyways.
And that was funny because when you got done, you were like, "Did he forget who I am?" Like you were like, "I don't understand what he's doing." But then we were like, "Oh no, he's just hamming it up."
Yeah.
So there's that.
I love him so much.
Funny guy.
Yes, but no, the prank calls are not staged.
Literally never.
Never. I don't write scripts. I improv it. And I get so mad when people like discount my work, like saying it's not my voice, saying I stage my calls. Like, it's just like it takes away. Like, why can't something just be cool?
Or saying you steal content or you steal bits or whatever.
Which is crazy.
Which is so stupid.
Like, I improv calls. How am I stealing a bit from somebody? I've never seen anyone do it like I do it. I've seen other people do similar stuff. Hell, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's made the joke, but
it's a big world.
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to review the Pretty Pity call. So I'm going to pull that up.
Are we doing that today? I thought you didn't want to do that.
No, I'm going to go ahead.
Pretty Pity. I remember this call. I remember whenever it happened, and the video was captioned, Sue Dillon got scrappy.
Yes, that was the perfect caption.
So funny.
9.3 million views.
Wow.
1.4 million likes. Okay.
Holy smoke.
Hello?
Hi, honey. Is this Jennifer Tice?
Yes, it is.
This is Sue Dillon. I live down the road from you, and I just wanted to let you know that your daughter, Candace Tice, was walking your dog, Nayla, the pit bull, and she let it shit in my yard, and she did not pick up the poop.
Who is this?
Sue Dillon.
Who?
Sue Dillon.
And where do you live?
I live right down the road from you, honey. In Arkansas City.
Okay, where at? Because Candace normally doesn't walk Nala. How do you even know the dog's name?
I heard her saying, oh, Nala, you were pretty pity, you were pretty pity.
Okay, so why didn't you stop her and tell her to pick the shit up out of your fucking yard then?
Because I thought her mama should know what she's doing. And,
Candace is 23 years old. Why the fuck are you calling me?
well, I'm not your daughter's boss, honey, and you know how people are with their kids
I'm
nowadays.
not here. She's grown. What's your name again?
Sue Dillon, honey.
Sue Dillon. And where do you live at?
I live 3 houses down from you, honey.
3 houses down where?
Down to the left, honey.
On the other side of who?
Of your house. I ain't giving you my address. You crazy.
Well, let me tell you something. Bitch, you kiss my motherfucking ass. How about
I will.
that?
Bend over, honey. Let me get my red lipstick on.
I tell you what, you bring your motherfucking ass to my house and I will beat the fucking shit out of you.
Let's go, honey. Let's go. Hoo, hoo,
She
hoo,
so
hoo.
quickly chose violence.
She did.
Don't forget to turn off the screen record.
Oh, yeah. I have a couple of things I want to say off the bat. One being, I remember doing this call. It was at the very beginning of Sue. Oh, it didn't screen record. It's okay. We didn't stop it at all, so it's okay. But I remember doing my Sue Dillon like stuff at the very beginning, and I was working in a PACU, and I was so stressed out all the time. It
Right.
was so scary for me. I was always on edge, like thinking something was going to go wrong. I was worried, and I was in school, like it was the beginning of school, and it was hard, and we had just moved. There was a lot of stressors, and I had been getting terrible stomach pains, and I remember
that.
having a day with those terrible stomach pains. I think I had an ulcer, and I did my live anyway, but I didn't want to. I was like,
Help.
pain. And I was like, I just really want to be done with this live, but I'm going to keep going. And that call, I almost didn't do because I was in so much pain, but I did it. And that's why I think I do better with my comedy when I'm uncomfortable, like physically uncomfortable, which doesn't make any sense. You would think you would need to be relaxed to produce good comedy, but I feel like it comes out in the darkest times for me. So my comebacks were owed to my stomach ulcer pains.
I'm sure it's different for everybody too, and I'm sure that's just something that, helps your content.
Yeah, but Jennifer Tice actually reached out to me. Candace is the one that ordered the call, her daughter, and she reached out to me and she was like, I really want to have you come over. I think that they live out of state. Maybe it was Louisiana. I don't remember exactly. But I sent her some merch just to say thank you, because that was one of my biggest calls. And I sent her daughter Candace some stickers and stuff. But yeah, I really want to meet them one day. It would be funny to do a meet and greet there.
She sounds like a pistol.
She does.
That's so strange that she reached out to you, because Candace doesn't walk Nala. I love that part. She's like, Candace doesn't usually walk
grown.
Nala.
She's 23 years old. Why are you telling me?
Why didn't you tell her to pick the shit up?
Yeah.
Love that.
I loved that call. It's one of my favorites. It really went viral. Like, that was my first, what most people consider viral. Like 9.3 million. Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot of views and over 1 million. How many millions of likes?
It was like 1.4.
Crazy.
Yes. So, yeah, that was so fun, and I'll always remember that.
Just a good classic Sue Dillon call.
Yes, honey. So, last thing we got is fan Q&A. I opened the Q&A for fans to ask questions.
Okay.
Do
you want me to read them to you, or how do you want to do this?
You can read them to me. How about that?
Okay, because otherwise I'm just going to be sitting here
scratching your nuts.
This is from Alexis. Would you prank call just anyone?
Pretty much. I have turned down a few when they have to do with like baby daddy's not paying child support or something I feel like I could get in like legal trouble from. I don't do it.
Or if it's in bad taste.
If it's in bad taste for any reason, I try not to do it. But sometimes it's in bad taste and I don't figure that out until the call is already made.
Or people will be like, prank call my grandma. She just got put on hospice. Would be hilarious. And you're like,
no.
God, how about no?
Yeah, so there's certain times where we don't do them. But yes, pretty much I will prank call anyone.
Okay, good. All right, this is from Shartifa Laqueef. Will you call me? I love you. I will shart on you. If you don't, angry emoji.
I'm going to test that theory and see if you're going to shart on me, because that would make a great story.
I'm going to call you're going to call Ms. Laqueef's bluff?
Yeah.
Shartifa Laqueef?
Shartifa Laqueef, come to Sue's shitline. I do free advice calls. I'll call you then, but if not, then I guess we're going to have to meet up so you can shart on me.
I would just like to point out this question is all lowercase, no punctuation, and every U is the letter U. Will you call me? I love you. I will shart on you if you don't.
That is so unhinged.
Such a mood of a question. This is from Maddie. Sue, honey, what is your middle name?
People say Sue Ellen, and I didn't understand it because I've watched Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, but I didn't remember that detail. Sue Ellen, but
it is Sue Ellen, isn't it?
Maybe it's Sue Ellen.
Is she the one CPS took her baby?
She's the one that said that, yeah.
Did you know that the baby who was taken is a TikToker? She's like big on TikTok. Yeah.
I know. But Sue was not made to imitate her. They do have similarities because they're both Appalachian country women.
Yeah.
Just to clarify. But it could be Ellen. People call me Sue Ellen all the time. My middle name is Ellen, so I thought when people were saying that, I was like, oh, they like caught up on my middle name.
But no luck. Yeah.
But no, I was like, no, that's Sue Ellen from Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
Which is hilarious.
It's so funny. That's real. Like, that's what I'm imitating.
That's a documentary.
Like that, the people, like there's other people like they're not the only ones like that. Like that is the culture in the Appalachian Mountains. I'm telling you, I used to live there. I still visit there frequently. My family lives there. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, no, I agree. You can throw a rock in Appalachia and hit a Sue Dillon.
Yeah.
Nothing to it. Okay, right. Laura wants to know, how do y'all meet, honey?
How'd y'all? Oh, they want to know how we met.
Mm-hmm.
We met at college. We were both RAs, and we met at a training, and we kind of started hanging out. We broke up, and then we got back together my senior year. He had already graduated. My last semester of senior year, we got back together, and we stayed together.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
Anne wants to know, does Spanky have plumber's crack, and does he have a cigarette hanging out of his mouth when he's bent over fixing the plumbing? Yes or no?
That just gave me so much inspiration. I'm so glad you asked me that. If I can talk him into doing some shit, we will answer that with a video.
Excellent. So stay tuned. You know what it makes me think of is, remember the movie The Cat in the Hat? Whenever the cat bends over to fix the couch and he has this prosthetic ass with this gigantic crack hanging out. That's so funny.
Yes.
All right. Holly wants to know, is Holly your favorite aunt? Can you tell all of us how amazing and wonderful she is?
Holly is one of my favorite aunts.
True. Stiff competition.
I love Holly very much. She has her own socials, so follow Holly Robb. She's my moderator on TikTok, and she works with me a lot. She helps me so much. So I do love Holly. I couldn't do it without Holly. She's always been on board since the beginning of all this and been so supportive.
But at the same time, I'm a huge Bridget fan.
I know. See, I have so many aunts, so I can't pick one as my favorite.
Mm-hmm. And Lisa. You know, your brother, Lisa, didn't she say that recently? She was like, which Lisa's your other aunt, she was like, Walt, who's your favorite aunt? Because Lisa was the only one standing there, and Walt thought about it, and he was like, Holly.
Yeah.
Man, that's cold.
That's
Children need to be stopped.
He was serious, too.
He really thought about it, man. That's just hurtful. But I don't know, man. Bridget's up there. Bridget's good. Her cornbread, streets ahead.
That Mexican cornbread.
Streets ahead. No offense, Holly. All right, Tammy wants to know, have you ever thought of putting out a song in the Sue Dillon voice?
I have, Tammy. I would love to. I would love to do covers of songs. I would love to do a Christmas album maybe next year. I have a lot of ideas, but we haven't got that far yet. But that's a really good question.
I think the closest we've gotten, and it hasn't been reposted, I don't think at all, since we shot it, is whenever you played a few chords on acoustic guitar and sang your Menthol Cigs tribute song.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the closest we've come.
I did
but
post
it wasn't full length. Has it been reposted? Because I haven't seen it in a while.
I'm
That's a
not
good
sure.
video. So go dig, check it out. You'll see Sue with the guitar and, leathered or denimed out. So that's it. That's a good video.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Caitlin wants to know, do you believe in heaven and hell, like from religion standpoint? The question is for you both viewpoints.
Oh, yes, I do. Do you?
I do too. I believe in both heaven and hell. I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe in God.
Yep. I don't I talk about this with Taylor a lot. Like, I don't know nobody knows exactly what it is, but I do think that there are those two places, and you go to one of them when you die, or maybe at some point God will take us there when he comes back. See, that's where I get caught up in the details, but it really doesn't matter. Like, but that's why death scares me, because I don't know all the details, but like, I trust in the Lord that I will be at peace. I just don't know. Like, the fact that I don't know exactly how it's going to go freaks me out.
Yeah,
and I don't think that makes me a fake Christian. I've been getting so mad on TikTok because Maddie Pruitt from The Bachelor, she was on that season pilot, Pete the pilot.
Oh, Peter?
Yeah.
Terrible season.
She was
Sorry,
on
Peter.
his season, and she's super religious, but she's very judgmental in my opinion, and I don't like her because I think she deters a lot of people from Christianity. She's very like Baptist Southern, like, fire and brimstone
Kinda
hell
my
if you
way or
don't
the-
live perfectly.
My way or the highway.
Yeah, and she said something about like people that like claim to be Christian but still do sinful things. I really wonder, are they even actually Christian? And I was like, people? I was like, who are you to say that?
Yeah.
I'm not like that, if that helps you, but I think everybody is in their own walk of faith, and I
Very
think
true.
there's a lot we don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff that isn't mentioned in the Bible, and I think people misinterpret stuff, and that's where I'm like, but yes, I
Well,
believe in heaven and hell.
it's like you say, it's all interpretation because there are very specific things that people struggle with today that you have to interpret from the Bible. It doesn't just outright say it. So I think that's why people go to church and study. And,
And I
I
don't,
think that we should all do our part to try and figure things out for ourselves.
I don't know about getting all caught up in the details, reading like a
No.
Bible that's been translated a dozen times. That's
Very
the
true.
easy read version. I'm like, if we want to go back to the tablets that it was wrote on with someone who actually speaks Hebrew, then
Mm-hmm.
I would take it very literally, but like that's not the case in the modern time. And so when people start getting so nitpicky and detailed, I'm like, I really question that. And I think that that's
Yeah.
smart to do. I think it's kind of dumb to just listen
Yeah.
to what everybody, like what anybody would say without like doing your own research. And that's something that I struggle with as a Christian, is just not knowing, like, did it get lost in translation? Is this, like, I think that this is being read too literally, or I think this is being misinterpreted, and I need to study the Bible better myself. But so I don't take everything so, I don't always take the details so literally like some people do. Like, I don't.
One day when I die, I'll ask him.
And I don't live by the Old Testament. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's like brought up from the Old Testament. I'm like, are you killing lambs still? Are you sacrificing an animal to forgive your sins? Because we don't have to do that anymore. Therefore, I think all this stuff is kind of, it's not pertinent at this point. Like, there's been a lot that's happened since then, and you need to know the context of like what was going on. And so that's my like 2 cents on religious stuff. That doesn't really like have anything to do with heaven and hell, but yeah.
Write that down, folks.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to start a fight. I don't really like talking about religion and politics and other stuff like that just because I don't like to fight. I like my channel to be mostly positive and like funny. So,
There you go. Well,
Mhm.
that seems like a very respectable
and I
answer.
spread joy, and that's how I spread the love of God. Thank you.
Jerry wants to know, where are you from originally?
I have always lived in Tennessee. So has Taylor, Spanky.
Yep.
Taylor is from Lebanon.
I was born in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes. And then he's lived in Lebanon all of his life. Besides when he went to college, and besides when we lived in Chattanooga for those few months.
Original.
Yes.
And Sarah's from a quaint little place called Tellico Plains.
Yes. It's kind of hard for me to say where I'm from because I lived there until I was like 9. And I really moved around in Monroe County, not necessarily just Tellico. I lived in Madisonville, lived in Athens, lived in Inglewood, which I don't think, are Athens and Inglewood Monroe County?
No, Athens is McMinn.
Mm.
And Inglewood. There's an Inglewood in Nashville. That's the only one I knew of.
No, there's an Inglewood in East Tennessee too. I don't know what county that's in, but
Did you know that north of Tellico Plains, several counties north of Knoxville, is a place called Jellicoe?
I've heard of that.
No lie, Jellicoe and Tellico.
But I guess I like just say Tellico because that's where I spent most of my time living in East Tennessee, and that's where my grandparents lived, and so I was there a lot. So that's where I'm from, but now I live in Nashville, like the Nashville area. We don't live in the city.
No, I never will because it's a dump. Spanky. This is from Riverside Rat. Spanky, what was the first thing that attracted you to Miss Sue Dillon? Sue Dillon, whenever I met her, we were at a college function, and she was holding a folder with Chuck Norris jokes on it. And that really caught my eye, and the rest is sweet history.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Do you have a favorite Chuck Norris joke?
Chuck Norris beat the sun in a staring contest, and there's also another one. Chuck Norris cut himself out of his mother's womb with a machete. He wasn't born.
Chuck Norris does not do push-ups. He does earth downs. All right, so anyway, this does not have an... Oh, I'm sorry. Pookie D. Pookie D says...
These names.
Your POV Virginia Slim Soft Pack VS Virginia Slims box and her VS 120 is too pretentious for my dog's meet and greet at the park, ?
No. Only the best for your animal.
I wouldn't think that a Virginia Slim is a pretentious cigarette. I think the only way a cigarette is even pretentious at all is if you smoke it out of that long little holder thing that the flapper girls
I need
do.
one of those.
Yeah, with some gloves that go down to your elbows.
I think it is more of a pretentious cigarette.
Is it really?
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's nicer. It's a luxury cigarette.
Okay. Well, hey,
It's not like a L&M.
what are you saying about L&M?
They're trashy. They're cheap, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't know anything about them.
And like,
My father smoked, but he would always smoke Marlboros.
those are pretty expensive. Like those are mid-range cigarettes.
Well, my mom would stop buying them for him. My mom would buy him the cheap ones. So he went down to Pall Mall, and then he went down to even worse than that. So, which, I mean, Pall Mall, it's still an expensive cigarette. Some people prefer Pall Mall.
Mm.
Marley says, when Sue was born, did you ever think she would be making so much money? Love you, Sarah. You can brighten my whole day by making me laugh.
It ebbs and flows. I never knew that it could go this far. I will say that.
I never knew that a content creator through social media could make this kind of, could make any money. You know what I mean? I
Didn't
feel
understand it.
I feel like I was of the opinion you were either that kid on YouTube who makes literal millions of dollars reviewing toys, or you were my buddy who streams a Twitch channel playing World of Warcraft and made like $1 a month. You know,
Mhm.
I never knew that there was a middle ground of people who were like, no, I don't make millions, but, you know, I make enough to, you know, I could buy a meal off. You know, I never knew that there was a middle ground. I feel
Yeah.
like for me.
It started out as a side hustle, but now it's become more of like a full-time thing just because of how much like traction I'm getting right now. But it just ebbs and flows. It's not always a full-time thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would never rely on it. But no, I never imagined it would go this far.
We've got a question from Walker. I think he might be a little bit late to the party, but Walker says, wait, do people give you info? Like if I gave you my mom's number and a bunch of facts about her, you could call her for her 60th B-Day.
Oh, yeah. I could.
Oh, yeah. That's the name of the game, Walker.
Yep. You just got to visit the link tree that you used to send me this thing, but you probably didn't look at the whole thing because I put this in my little skid mark group on Instagram. And I'm sure you just clicked it and sent it in. But yes, link tree on my Instagram and TikTok will lead you to how you can get a call.
I have a question kind of based off of that. So I've noticed sometimes when people request a call, they give you a book. They're like, say this, his name is this is where he went to school, this is his best friend. And then I've noticed other people who literally, one I saw in the last live was like, phone number, and then his name is Matt.
Sometimes those are so good.
What do you
Sometimes those are the
prefer?
best. I like a mixture. Like, obviously, I want something.
More than a name.
Like, give me the name of the road that they live on. Give me the name of their brother. Give me the name of their
town.
husband, wife. Give me some facts so I can prove that I'm real. But I also love those calls because there's no telling where it's going to lead. And sometimes those are the best. I get viral calls off of those. But I don't necessarily enjoy the book. I think it leads to a lot of room for error, especially when it's like, my name is such and such, and this is my phone number, but you're going to be calling da-da-da-da-da, and this is their first time trying Vienna sausages with a fork, and they swallow it whole, and they wear one sock on their right foot, and their left toenail is painted black.
And then you get all that right, and they're like, you said his best friend's name was Dave. It's Doug. I want my money back.
It's improv, and so I have to like read it quickly, so I need it to be like brief. Give me the facts. I don't care what your name is. No offense. I don't care what your phone number is. No offense. I don't care who you are. I just want to get the prank call done for you so that it's good for you. Like, I do love you, but like, I don't need to know that in the prank request. We can chat in other ways, but like, let's not. Yeah.
Give me the essentials.
Give me the essentials.
Heather wants to know. She says, I want to know how Sue felt about talking to my hubby on Christmas Eve about that $20,000 imaginary truck he fell for at hook, line, and sinker. I recorded him on my end and posted it on TikTok.
I
vaguely recall
Do
that.
I remember that call?
Was you were offering to sell it to him or something? I don't remember.
There have been so many calls.
Well, that brings up, I guess, another question. So you don't remember every single call, obviously.
No, I remember doing something like that, but I can't remember what I said. I need to go look at your video, and I'm sure it would jog my memory. Can I see that?
Yeah.
Heather. Okay, I'll have to try to find it because I don't know.
Charlie wants to know, would Sue Dillon ever start an OnlyFans? Seems like she could buy a hell of a lot more Virginia Slims with those hangers she's got. Very classy, Charlie.
What do you think? Should I show them?
The boobs?
Yeah.
The fake boobs? I don't know. I feel like we couldn't put it on YouTube then.
Oh, man, they're prosthetic boobs from Amazon.
They look like real boobs.
I would consider, but my husband wouldn't let me do that.
I would not
The only thing
really
that he
like
controls.
that. Yeah.
I think it would be funny.
I'm just a controlling piece of crap.
I would love to sell feet pics.
How about no? That's the last question.
Well, what a note to end on. But
For real.
I hope y'all guys have a lovely week, and it was so good to see you. Peace out, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.